Hello. We want to take a couple of minutes today to talk about Catholic social teaching and how it might be used in the development of social technologies. To hear more about how to engineer for the common good using Catholic social teaching, watch our previous video, which we've linked below.
We worked on a startup project that involved designing a social platform. In this project, we wanted to ensure the common good was protected. So, we started with the 7 themes of Catholic social teaching and mapped them to software design principles. Along the way, we wrote a paper to share our reflections with other engineers that might also want to support the good of their designs and users.
We're now going to go through the 7 themes of Catholic social teaching as defined by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, also called the USCCB. And we're going to talk about the mapping of those themes of Catholic social teaching to software design principles for social technologies.
First, we have life and dignity of the human person. The USCCB states, "We believe that every person is precious and that people are more important than things." To uphold the dignity of the human person in a digital space, it is important for technologies to promote authentic dialogue, limit attention grabbing techniques, and facilitate spaces for moral exploration. An example of this might look like not allowing anonymity. In our application, users must sign up with their real identities so that they are seen as persons, not just usernames.
Next, we have the call to family, community, and participation. This principle pertains to how social organization affects human dignity and the capacity of individuals to grow in community. Everyone has a right and a duty to participate in society. In order to build social technologies that promote the call to family, community, and participation, we must build them in a way that fosters decency and strengthens social ties without replacing in person interactions. One benefit of modern technology is its ability to connect people from afar. This has a positive benefit in allowing people to maintain close ties with family, friends, and colleagues. However, the ability to witness body language like physical gestures and facial expressions is diminished when using digital technologies. We propose that technology must not replace in person interaction whenever possible.
Next, we have the principle of rights and responsibilities. This principle articulates that human dignity and healthy community can only be achieved if human rights are protected and responsibilities to one another, to our families, and to the larger society are met. In applying this principle to technology, we encourage tech companies to establish a social contract with their users that is specific to human rights. In the interest of promoting innovation, technology companies are loosely regulated in the United States. This means that technology companies get to make a lot of decisions that heavily impact our day to day lives. Currently, social technology companies make no meaningful promises to promote the dignity and good of their users. Tech companies must acknowledge the responsibility they have towards their users and pledge their commitment to promoting their good.
Next, we have the option for the poor and the vulnerable. This principle encourages us to put the needs of the poor and the vulnerable first. To uphold this principle in the digital space, tech companies must prioritize user well being, not employ attention based profit models, and make clear the intentions of their technology's design. In addition to amplifying the systemic injustices present in society, technology also expands vulnerability to a wider population. Most people today are vulnerable to hostile interactions online, hacking, and even social media's addictive mechanisms. For our application, we'll promote small group discussions rather than having a unified stream of content. This prevents users from trying to grow their followings through divisive commentary.
Next, we have the dignity of work and rights of workers. This principle calls us to protect the basic rights of workers, including but not limited to the right to productive work, decent and fair wages, and the organization and joining of unions. Silicon Valley has increasingly celebrated a culture of overwork, with some tech entrepreneurs encouraging 18-hour workdays. We propose that tech workers should work reasonable hours and receive both fair compensation and benefits that promote human dignity, like a reasonable amount of paid parental leave.
Next, we have the principle of solidarity. This principle encourages us to promote peace in the world. We propose that we build technologies that foster global and local engagement without promoting a slacktivist mentality. With the advent of social media, victims of war and oppression throughout the world have a greater ability to share their experiences with a mass audience. While this is good, social activism on social media can easily turn into slacktivism, where performing low effort actions like signing a petition or sharing a post on social media fosters a mindset that someone is doing more than they actually are. This limits their desire and their potential to perform large and more meaningful activism.
The final principle of Catholic social teaching is care of God's creation, in which we are called to protect people and the planet. We propose that technology should minimize its environmental impact and not distract from natural wonder. With data centers and artificial intelligence models consuming a large amount of energy, care must be taken to evaluate the trade offs of the benefits of the technology being built versus their environmental cost. Additionally, the alienation and addiction caused by usage of current social technologies can cause people to turn inward and become wrapped up in a completely digital world, losing their sense of wonder for the natural world.
Catholic social teaching provides us with a framework that we can use to design software that limits the alienating mechanisms usually built into technology. This framework can help redirect our design processes towards our ownership of each other and of the natural world.